How's it going, folks? Adrian here. Good to see you. Welcome back to the channel and to another weekend MMO news drop. Let's get straight to it, beginning with The Elder Scrolls Online. It's time for a free DLC, everybody. It's been almost a year since ESO handed out a free DLC pack to all players, the last one being Murkmire, of course, and beginning this week until the foreseeable future, the Imperial City DLC is completely free to claim from the Crown Store for all players. I repeat, the DLC costs 0 crowns from the Crown Store. For the benefit of new players, the Imperial City DLC adds a whole new location for PvE and PvP, and features new quests, 1 PvP public dungeon, 2 PvE group dungeons, the Talvar Stone system, which is really handy, and all kinds of new armor sets and collectibles to acquire. This freebie is tied to the Imperial Celebration event, which is happening on live right now, and it will run until September 16th, during which players will get bonus rewards for completing content in the Imperial City, like double Talvar Stones, double materials, and double loot drops from bosses. As usual, event tickets are back for the celebration, so stock up on those if you still need your Indrik mount. For more on free content, let's head on over to Star Wars: The Old Republic. Big news from SWTOR because they've announced that both the Rise of the Hutt Cartel and Shadow of Revan expansions will become available to all free-to-play players once the upcoming Onslaught expansion goes live on October 22nd. This is the first time ever that SWTOR is making expansions free for players who've not spent any money. That means free-to-play players, you can continue your adventures post the level 50 class stories until you hit the next roadblock, which will be the Knights of the Fallen Empire expansion. This is a long time coming perhaps, considering the Rise of the Hutt Cartel is now 6 years old, but it's a good thing for the game to do, considering how other older MMOs out there with expansions from 10 years ago still requires you to purchase them or to get a sub. This of course comes only a few months after BioWare announced other free-to-play changes too, like lifting restrictions on quick travel, increasing hotbars, and the credit cap, which by the way are great changes too. SWTOR players, what other changes should the game make moving forward? Let me know. Up next, a couple of news bits for World of Warcraft and Classic. Blizzard has confirmed this week that free transfers are coming to WoW Classic realms really soon, with EU transfers already happening right now, and US ones should be up next. These will be open to players from the most highly populated realms to transfer off, like in the table shown here, and this is handy especially if you've got friends who couldn't join you on launch due to queue times and had to pick a different server, and now if you want to go join them on the R server instead, you can. To prepare for this, make sure you're not a guild leader, have no auction listings, and clear your mail. Secondly, for World of Warcraft, Battle for Azeroth is on sale at 20% off, marking down the standard edition to $30. So for those who've not purchased it yet and perhaps want to give it a look if you're already bored of Classic, go right ahead. Moving on, let's head over to Astellia, who posted a big announcement this weekend. They are adding a new payment option besides buy to play, and it is a subscription. According to the post on the official website, the sub will cost $10 a month, and its inclusion was due to player feedback. Folks apparently want a risk-free way to check out Astellia and see if the developers are really adding what they promised to add in terms of the Western version changes and no pay to win, without paying the hefty full price of the game up front. And the subscription is one way for them to do so. With the sub, players will get full access to the game, but misses out on all the pre-order pack benefits. Plus, they cannot take part in the head start prior to launch on the 27th. If you're planning to jump into Astellia with just a subscription, you have to wait until the game officially launches on the 27th to do so. Additionally, those who have already purchased a pack cannot get the sub now since you have full access to the game already. Astellia players, what do you think? I've got my thoughts lined up for a separate video, but I'd like to hear yours. Onward now to Guild Wars 2, and the highlight scoop this week comes from an interview with Mike Z during PAX West about future expansions. Right now, Guild Wars 2's community is sort of split when it comes to the impact of the announcement about the Icebrood saga. While most players are happy about new story content, the endgame PvP communities and the raiding communities are hoping to hear more on that side of things. Plus, overall, everyone wants to know why there wasn't an expansion hinted at or announced after the saga is done. Mike Z said that ArenaNet hasn't ruled out expansions but doesn't have an answer about them moving forward. However, the studio did say that they are very aware about the huge demand for one, which really doesn't say much, so we'll just have to see the upcoming Living World story through and hope they announce something right after or release a roadmap, which is what majority of players want to see. Another thing Guild Wars 2 put out this week is a new Living World magazine, and this one's pretty cool, and it's a visual nostalgia trip. Plus, there's lots of interesting information in it too, like learning about a harder version of the upcoming prologue's climactic boss fight that you can unlock and then complete it again with 9 other players. I'll put the link to the magazine down below. Gamigo and ArcheAge has just finished another weekly live stream to answer questions about the upcoming ArcheAge Unchained release, and if you didn't know, they'll be planning to live stream every Friday until launch on the Gamigo Twitch channel to tackle player questions about Unchained and hand out free copies of the game to viewers on Twitch. This week's stream answered some interesting questions which I'll summarize for you. For example, they are planning to use the Korean version of the labor system for both Live and Unchained. There will be a PDS for Unchained and details will be released pretty soon. 6.0 and the SWTOR will be launching concurrently on both versions as a starting skill set, and some costumes like the Succubus and Daemon Kiss won't be coming over to Unchained. For the full list of answered questions, check out the link posted down below. We have some news for the Lord of the Rings Online now, and it's Fresh Start Progression Legendary servers. As of this week, 2011's Rise of Isengard expansion is now live on the legendary worlds of Anor and Ithil. If you need a recap, legendary servers are for subscribers only that launched last year, with the intention of giving everyone playing on it a slower journey from start all the way through the game's content, with each expansion unlocking at every 3 to 4 months. However, it's clear from the feedback I've seen on the official social media pages like Facebook and Twitter that even if developers Standing Stone Games are sticking to their predetermined schedule of releasing expansions, a lot of players still feel that it's progressing way too fast. For LOTRO players playing on the Legendary Realms, hey, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Blade & Soul will be launching its upcoming update, Storm of Arrows, on September 18th. This update will introduce the brand new Zen Archer class, new enemies to fight in the Cathedra Cliffs, the new Throne of Oblivion raid dungeon, new legendary weapons, and more. To celebrate the upcoming release, the game is offering a limited time free Zen Archer Bullseye game pack, which contains a bunch of cosmetics for your new archer, alongside some in-game boosts. But you will need to register for it on the official website before September 13th in order to claim it for your account. The update will be free for all players. Elsewhere, Black Desert Online has introduced the Life Skill Mastery system to the game this week for the PC, on top of releasing the full live-action trailer from their collaboration with actress Megan Fox, who is an official ambassador for BDO. Having watched the full thing now, I finally understand what they were trying to do with it. She basically stumbles upon this power source that transforms her into the game's sorceress class, and I totally get it now. The default presets of the sorceress does resemble her a bit, and no matter which version of the game you play, just go to some of the popular character creation designs, search for Megan Fox, and you'll see a ton of results. She's a very popular face for players to imitate, dating back to launch, so I guess that's why Pearl Abyss reached out to her in the first place. One of the new MMORPGs on the horizon is free-to-play title Eternal Magic, which has officially started its closed beta test this week. If you missed last week's news drop, as a reminder, you can get into the CBT by signing up for an account at 101xp.com and hope that your account gets flagged for access. Or you can purchase an early access pack which gives you guaranteed access to the CBT and all future tests. I've been playing on the CBT to gather some thoughts and insights about the gameplay and systems for an upcoming video, but for now you can watch my latest stream of Eternal Magic by clicking the card on the top right of the screen or by checking out the link down below. Now, to roll back the years, legendary anime MMO RAGNAROK Online, which has been around for close to 2 decades now, is finally back in Europe for EU players under a new publisher for a game, and with a new version called REVO-CLASSIC. On this version, which launched this week, leveling is much harder, and there are other key differences in terms of gameplay and progression that's found in other RO versions around the world. To get started, you can visit the site. I'll paste the link below. Just install the client and begin your journey all over again for free. In the realm of strategy MMO warfare, free-to-play game Conqueror's Blade has launched a free update which lays the groundwork to prepare for the upcoming Season 1 Seize the Crown expansion. If you play Conqueror's Blade but haven't heard of this, just know that Season 1 will be adding a bunch of things that should make players somewhat happy. For example, a revamped UI, graphical enhancements, new warlord customizations, and the best of the lot is the removal of weapon restrictions for everyone, meaning you can now use the full range of 20 different weapon options for your characters. Season 1 will be dropping later in the year. And last but not least, Funcom's survival MMO Conan Exiles has launched a brand new DLC this week called Blood and Sand for the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Priced at $10, the DLC contains all new arena building pieces, 50 new armor pieces, 19 new weapons, and 50 new placeable war banners. Additionally, the game also pushed out a free update with this, which contains bug fixes, more new items, and a PvP overhaul. The battle standards are brand new, introduced in the free update, and it lets players create PvP zones wherever they're placed. So it gives you some freedom to create arenas and fighting pits, even on PvE servers, but of course, taking part is completely optional. And that's all I've got, folks. If there's news for a game that you play which isn't covered here, do share it with us in the comments section down below. And with that, I wish you all a very good weekend and happy gaming. Hit the like button for the love of MMOs, and if you're new here, hey, do subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon to get notified on all my latest uploads to cure your MMO itch. Once again, I'm GRM Adrian, and I thank you for watching.